What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I make my full wigs with my lace closure. And I'm going to be showing you guys from start to finish, starting off with how I dyed my hair. Now I'm starting off with 4 bundles of hair and a closure. And to dye the hair I'm going to be using the L'Oreal High Color. And I used 3 different colors and I used 2 of each. I'll have the exact name below, and I'm also going to use my CLAIROL developer. I use 30 volume developer. And you're also going to need a mixing bowl and a brush, as well as some gloves, and then some type of brush or comb to brush through. I don't care about this brush, so I just used this one because I was going to throw it away when I was finished. So I'm just going to throw all of the contents of the boxes into the bowl, and then I'm going to mix in the developer. I didn't measure the developer. I just kind of kept adding it until I got a smooth texture. And I'm just going to mix that thoroughly. Now for the color, you might have seen how the color looked in my intro, but the color mainly shows up in person in the sunlight, not really on camera, but it's really pretty in person. So all I'm going to do is lay out one of the bundles, and I'm just going to apply the color with the brush. I did do this on my floor, so I have some trash bags laying out. You definitely want to protect your surface, whatever you're going to be doing this on, because it's very messy. And like I said, make sure you are wearing gloves because this is dye, so you want to wear some type of gloves. And I'm also wearing some clothes that I don't care about, just in case I get it on my clothes. So all I'm going to do is brush that through using the applicator brush, and then I'm going to use my brush that I showed you guys to brush that through to make sure that the color is all the way through to the hair, and then I'm going to flip it over and repeat the process. And once I'm done with this bundle, I'm going to lay it aside and do the same thing to the rest of the bundles as well as the closure, and I'm going to let it sit for about 45 minutes, and then I'm going to rinse it out till the water runs clear and slightly shampoo it and then condition it. And I went ahead and did a deep conditioner on the hair while I had the conditioner, so I let the conditioner sit for about 2 hours, and I used the Aussie moist conditioner. So now I'm going to actually start making the wig, but I'm going to start off by bleaching the knots. So I'm going to use a styrofoam head, this wig little holder thingy, which is definitely beneficial. I'm going to be using a spandex cap. Use any cap you want to use for your head. I have a big head, so I use a spandex cap. I'm going to use these pins to keep things in place. And then you want to use some needles. You're only going to be sewing once, so you only need 1 needle, but I have a whole box of them. And then some thread, obviously. And then to bleach the knots, you want some developer. I use 40 volume for my knots, and then I use some powder lightener, and I'm just going to use half of this little packet. And then you want some scotch tape for when we actually make the wig. You'll see why. And then you obviously want your hot glue gun and your glue sticks. So this is the hair that I'm using. Like I said, you can't really see the color, but it's there. So I'm using 4 bundles, a 20, 20, 18, 16, and the 16 closure. And this hair is from Boldzest hair. And the back of this box reads, "Dear Smart Shopper, thank you for shopping on Boldzest.com. I, Dalmain Smith, CEO, have personally traveled the world to provide you with high-quality virgin human hair. I hope you will love your hair as much as I do. Stay gorgeous." And I definitely can attest to that because I'm loving this hair so far. So now I'm just going to put the little wig mannequin head thingy on the stand. And then I'm going to take my closure and apply that to the head upside down. I just like to use the head to do the knots process because I think it is easier. So I'm just going to use these pins to secure the closure onto the mannequin head, and then I'm just going to pour in half of that packet of the lightener into the bowl, and then I'm going to use the 40 volume developer. You can use 30 volume, but I like to use 40 because I'm lazy and I want to go back quickly. So I'm just going to mix that together, and you want this to definitely be thicker than like average dye because you're just bleaching the knots and you don't want this to get on to like the roots of the hair. So you want this to be more of like a thick pancake batter type of consistency, as you can see, so that it doesn't run through the lace. And then you're just going to lightly apply that to the closure. Like I said, you don't want this to go through to your hair. I've done that a couple of times, just me being lazy. So you want to do this lightly and make sure you're going slowly. This clip is sped up, so I'm not actually going this fast, but you just want to lightly apply that to the closure. You don't have to get it perfectly on there, but you definitely want to make sure you get the entire front and the middle of the closure so that it looks more natural. And then I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit, and then I'm going to use this Shimmering Light shampoo after I rinse that out, and I let that sit for about 25 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know. So now once the hair is all good and the closure looks really nice, I'm going to finally start sewing and making the wig. So first I'm going to secure this closure onto the cap. So I'm going to use those pins again and secure that onto the cap. You want to make sure you line up the front of the closure with the front of the wig cap. And you just want to secure that. Make sure that you are pulling the closure kind of tight when you are putting the pins on so that the closure, lays flat when you actually wear it. And then I'm just going to pin the hair up so that it's out of the way. And then once the hair is all out of the way, I'm going to start sewing. It's the only time you have to sew. You can't glue this down, so you do want to sew this. And I'm just going to sew all the way around the perimeter of the closure. If you aren't the best at sewing or don't know how to do this, there are multiple tutorials on YouTube on how to sew and sew down a closure, but it's very, very easy, and like I said, it's the only time that you will have to sew. So you just want to do that all the way around. Make sure, like I said, the closure is like tightly on there, and then you just want to go ahead and knot that and tie it off and cut the excess string. So now you're going to start to glue, and it's very, very easy. You're just gluing the tracks onto the cap. People glue their tracks differently, but I go like a U type of formation, and I try to get like the entire bottom of the head done first. So yeah, and I also don't cut my tracks. I like to fold mine over. So to do that, all you have to do is make sure that the glue is dry, and then just literally just fold it over and continue to glue. I don't like to cut my tracks, and whenever I do actually sew my wigs, I do just fold it over. So you can definitely do the same thing when you do this quicker method. You don't have to cut it at all, and I think this is just quicker to just fold it over anyway. And as for the tape that I showed you guys in the beginning, you want to make sure that your mannequin head has tape on it. So that's why my wig cap looks not smooth at all. It's because I have tape all around my mannequin head. Sorry, I didn't actually show that because my mannequin head already has glue on it. I mean, not glue, tape on it. So you want to make sure that has tape all around the mannequin head, because if you don't, your wig will stick to the head. So you want to make sure that you tape it. Some people use like a plastic bag or something to protect their mannequin head, but I think tape works way better. It comes off of the tape so much easier. I've tried the bag method and it's a slight struggle. So you want to just use some tape and tape up your entire head so that when you want to take it off, it comes off easily. So I'm just going to keep doing this process and gluing. And it's okay if you get glue on your hair or anywhere that you don't want it to go, because it will come right off once the glue is dry. It literally just have to pick it off, or you can brush it out, whatever you want to do, but it will come off very, very easily. So I'm just going to continue to do this. I'm on my second bundle right now, and yeah, I'm just going to keep going. So this is what the wig looked like after I did the first two bundles. This was both of the 20-inch bundles, and as you can see, I have just a little bit left, like half left, and I have two bundles left, so I'm doing pretty good. You can kind of see the color a little bit more also, but like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as everything is like flat, your wig is fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with these next bundles. And like I said, I lay my tracks kind of weird. I just do what's best for me, but you just want to go ahead and continue going all the way up till you get close to your closure at the top. So I'm going to fast forward to when I was pretty much finished. So this is where I'm at, and I'm at my almost last track. So I'm going to secure that all the way over to the end. And then once I have that glued down, I'm just going to cut that. It's the only time I'm going to cut my tracks, and I'm going to cut that and make sure that it's secure by just adding a little bit more glue to the end to make sure that that doesn't slip or anything like that. And then I'm going to apply my very last little section, last track, and it's going to apply that glue right underneath the closure. Make sure that your glue isn't too thick because you don't want the glue to show through. So make sure you have a little thin layer, and you just want to glue the track right underneath the closure and make sure it's as flat as possible. So I'm just going to continue this all around the closure. Like I said, make sure that your glue isn't too thick, because I've done that before and you can slightly see like the clear glue underneath your closure. So make sure that it is thin. Okay, so I'm just making sure that that is secure, just pressing that down, and as you can see, you can't see any of the tracks underneath, and that's your main goal, is to make sure you can't see any tracks. So you just want to cut the excess hair. That's all I had left, was that little bitty section of hair that I didn't use, and that's how your cap looks. Like I said, you want to make sure that you tape your mannequin head, because it will not come off. So all you want to do now is cut that excess cap where your lace closure is, and you just want to cut that. Make sure you don't cut it too close to where you sewed that down, because then you might cut it too close and then your closure kind of comes apart. So make sure you still have some little space. And then I'm just going to put that on my mannequin head. So this is what it looked like, and it was looking really, really nice. And now I'm just going to make the part look a little bit more natural. So I'm just going to use my little rat tail comb and part the hair in the middle. And then the closure, like the part actually looked pretty good, but I just wanted to thicken it up a little bit more. So it looks actually thicker on camera than it is in person. So I'm literally just going to grab some hairs with my fingers and just pull them out. You can use tweezers, but I think it's easier to just pull them. And so yeah, I'm just going to thicken up my part a little bit more so it looks a little bit more natural when I wear it. And that was pretty much it. And then all you gotta do is cut out that little excess lace. So you just want to cut that. Make sure you don't cut it too close so that you don't cut any of the hair. And then I also added an elastic band, which I forgot to show you guys. But you can add an elastic band so that the closure lays really flat on your head. And that was pretty much it. I think the wig came out really, really cute. And this took me less than 2 hours to make from start to finish. Not with the whole dyeing process at the beginning, but start to finish from bleaching the knots to plucking the closure took me less than 2 hours. So this is what the hair is looking like. I think it looks really, really cute and I'm loving it. So this was my hair on. As you can see, I'm loving it. I love how thick this hair is. And I'm sorry you guys can't see the color, but I was also loving the color. So I'm loving the curl pattern and everything. This hair is everything. I will have more videos on this hair coming up in the next couple of weeks. So just stay tuned. So if you guys did enjoy that video, if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.